Hey everybody, GReimer here, coming at you once again from Planet Boobless, here at our brand spanking new base. Alright, our brand spanking new base right over the starter lake. I have done some changes, just a little bit in between episodes. Real quick, just to recap what happened. We unlocked a plants rocket. That's all I can remember. Might be something else too, but I am drawing a blank. We haven't built this yet. We haven't built this yet. Yeah, that's about where we're at. I did move some stuff over here. We got our food locker here. We got our water locker here with some ice in it. And I did move the atmospheric water collector to the center of our courtyard here. Got the algae spreader right here, which looks nice, but it really kind of sucks because down here, like, the algae grows only one specific spot, and we only get, like, one algae, as opposed to the three we were getting when it's in open water. But it looks really nice. That's not really that big of a deal, though. It just looks pretty because I do want to get around to building the Tier 2 algae spreader today, so I'm not really going to move that. In fact, I might add other Tier 1s here just to make it look kind of cool. Did some expansion of the storage here, and I'm working on making sure this fits before I continue the rows down here. I think it just can fit one locker right there, and then we're all good. Getting all of the inventory over from the original base over to here was a little bit of a trick, but I basically pulled it off. So now that we have that taken care of, though, we can actually hop over here and do a little bit of deconstruction because we actually don't need this base over here anymore. So it's time to move out. I know, sentimental attachment and all that other stuff. These guys, I know exactly what I'm going to do with these guys. There, that looks a lot better. Moved them over there. There's absolutely no way to get in there either, so they will be just cooking inside that room. Okay, let's break down the rest of this base. Alright, that's the last of it. Now, the rest of this stuff I guess can stay here for right now. These look a little weird just kind of chilling out here, but I guess they can stay here for right now. They're helping with the terraformation. Maybe we'll organize this here later in this episode. Maybe we'll just leave it. But for right now, let's just leave it. Let's head back because I did get a buttload of iron breaking down all that stuff. So I actually have enough to finish that locker array to see if they'll all fit in there. Yes, they will. Sweet. All right, and then I think the way I have it set up is I'm not going to put another row right here. I think I'm just going to extend these aisles down, basically these 2 rows of lockers or 4 rows of lockers, and that'll be the storage in this area. So, all right, yeah, that works. So this will be the new storage setup. Now I still have double the space. I have this over here to set up another locker setup too. But I'll start with what I got here. I'll finish these rows, obviously. I think I got some iron. I can probably, yeah, I'll leave that in case I need it. Not exactly hurting for storage. I do still have some stuff to put away, like algae and super alloy has a spot. I don't know why that's in there. Algae and the little bit of osmium and pulsar that we have. But I'm not really in any like dire need to put those away quite yet. And I do have lockers that I can put them in, so I'll sort that out later. But right now, I would like to focus a little bit on a couple of things. One, I want to get this tier 2 algae generator going because it's like twice as powerful as this thing, and it gives a huge boost to plants. Look at this. This algae generator tier 1 does 0.88 per second to plants. It's less than 1, okay? That's pretty bad. This one does 23, okay? So it's over 23 times more powerful than this one. So I really want to get at least one of these built. So it's going to take 2 bioplastic nuggets and some fertilizer. Now, luckily, I have been growing plants. I've been growing plants in here. So bioplastic nuggets, I don't remember how to build those things. I think they take a mushroom or something. I think I might have a couple. Yeah, 2 mushrooms, piece of silicone, and water bottle. And this is going to take 2 eggplants. So we're going to need 4 mushrooms. Let me see how many bioplastic nuggets I actually have first. 2. Well, we don't need no mushrooms then. All right, we do still need 2 eggplants though. So eggplants right here. Bam, got it. All right, we also are going to need some algae, which I don't have a locker for yet, but it's just in the random lock at the moment. Let's hop back here, and it is going to take me a little bit longer actually to get around the base, just because, you know, now I have a bigger base. But oh, we also need sulfur now. I got 1 there. Okay, now sulfur is not something I have a very easy time getting because it will only be where there is super alloy. So I need to get more of this stuff though. So let's make that. I need to get more of this stuff. I could visit the sand falls, actually, because in the bottom of the sand falls where all the sand is falling, it's kind of redundant, but yeah, where all the sand meets the ground, actually, that there is normally super alloy there, but there should be sulfur there now, so I might have to take a trip out there. But for right now, let's focus on this. We need magnesium 2 super alloy and water bottle. Done. Okay, for this tier 2 algae generator, though, we are not going to put this one crammed in here where it's going to be limited. We are going to actually probably just throw it kind of like right out here where we can get to it pretty easily. But it can do its thing. All right, so that should have boosted our plants like a lot, actually. You know what, real quick, let me just quickly kind of plop in here and break this thing down and go back into the base, and we'll see what the plants is. Well, biomass anyway. I don't actually have the plant screen unlocked yet, so biomass is 19.58. And now it's 42.58. So yeah, that was a pretty good boost. Oh yeah, we're also over halfway to the moss stage, so things are starting to get a little green around here if you're looking at the hills over there. So yeah, it's gonna be kind of nice and lush in this planet here. Hopefully, shortly after this, we should get the roots poking up out of the ground. That should have more osmium, which would be great. Because here's one thing we also unlocked. I completely forgot to tell you guys about. We got the tier 4 drill. That's super important, actually. I should probably focus on that real quick. Why? Because we need to increase the pressure on the planet big time. In fact, that might be the rest of the episode is focusing on pressure. So if you look at the terraformation under pressure, one thing that unlocks at 346 or 364.5 MPa is the tier 2 ore extractor, which is huge. Huge because we can start mining up osmium then, and we can start mining up all the other metals. So right now we're limited to whatever we can find, but if we can get here, we'll be really rocking and rolling. Now right now it is climbing, it's at 44, but it's gotta get to 364. Okay, so we gotta go like a lot. We gotta increase the pressure quite a bit. Now I believe we've launched several rockets actually to try to boost that too, but we are still rocking the tier 3 drills over there because they don't take any osmium. Now this thing takes 3 osmium. Do we even have 3 osmium is the question. Yes. Okay. I think for right now, we can always break this down, but I think for right now it would actually be beneficial for us to make this, okay? And like I said, we can always break it down. Oop, no, I do need that one. We can always break it down and get the osmium back should we need to make like another drill somewhere. We have 3 drills going right now, so I can always break another one down, but that won't give me enough. That won't give me enough to actually make another one of these tier 4 drills. Okay, we're gonna set this thing like right over here real quick. Let's go check the pressure because I believe this thing is just stupid when it comes to like what the other ones are. What is this? The pressure for this is 17 per second. The pressure for this is 459 per second. Okay, so it's going to give it a huge, huge, huge boost. All right, so let's make sure we're looking at the right one this time. Pressure right now is at 4,188. And after placing this, 17,958. Okay, that's just ridiculous. That's awesome, though. We really badly needed that. Because remember, we got to get this thing up to 300 and some. And now it's actually cooking along. I want to kind of boost it a little bit more, but I don't have any more osmium. And I cannot, scratch the beard, I cannot think of any place that has it. We're looking for places that have zeolite. Okay, now there is obviously a place above the iridium mine that has zeolite. But that's not going to do me any good because I can't get up there right now unless I maybe do some cheesy jetpack up the side of the cliff. I don't really want to do that. That's a little too cheesy. I mean, I like to cheese things. I mean, cheese, it ain't easy being cheesy, but I'm going to wait at least until the stem grows so that I can get up there. There's also the roots that poke up out of the ground that you normally have zeolite on them, but I don't believe that they have started yet. I think we have to get past the moss stage. I'm not entirely sure if it happens in the next stage or not, but let's just take a peek because one forms like right here. And I don't see one, so we're not there yet. I don't think we can get any more zeolite at the current moment. We cannot mine zeolite, or not zeolite, osmium, my bad. We cannot mine osmium, which is found in the zeolite cave, because we cannot mine the ore found in the zeolite cave without a tier 2 ore extractor, which is kind of the dilemma, okay? That's where we're at. So I think the best option, thinking about it, this was a really good addition. We could even break down 2 of the drills and only have 1 running, but then resources get a little tight. I think the best option would be, actually, is that a good idea? I was going to say best option would be to make a buttload of tier 3s. But as we've pointed out, like these things are insane on how well they do. They also pump out just about as much heat as one of these guys. If I could get another one going, that would really help out. But I'd be down to just one drill. Like, how much of a difference is it? I mean, I know it's insane already. So it's 459 compared to 17. Oh god, yeah, that's a big difference. Like the tier 3 drills I can make a lot of, I guess. I mean, eventually. But here's what we're gonna do. Okay, this is a decision making it. I'm making a executive decision here. We're gonna go break down 2 of these ore extractors. Which one do I need least? Probably the iridium. The iridium one I don't really need, because if I need more iridium, I can always launch more rockets, which would also boost the pressure, so it's not that big of a deal. The iridium one right here I can probably break down. It's actually doing pretty good, but you are currently decommissioned for a second. That gives me 2 pieces of osmium. Now, if I had one more, where can I get one more? I have combed through the Oreo area, the Onyx area, multiple times. I cannot find any more, and it's aggravating me because I really want to. I don't know of any other place that has zeolite that naturally is sitting on the ground off the top of my head. So, we might be limited, I mean, other than up there. But, like I said, the vines haven't grown yet. Up there is zeolite, or normally is zeolite. Definitely osmium this time. So, we gotta wait on that. So, we might just have to bite the bullet and break down another one of our ore extractors so we can double up the pressure for the tier 4 drills. Or, yeah, tier 4 drills. And these things are really doing good. We're getting a lot of super alloy, which is great. But, unfortunately, I am going to have to... Let's get all the super alloy out of this. Maybe. I'm going to have to decommission some of them. I'm going to go store some stuff in the iridium cave so I can break one of those things down and not drop everything. But we're going to have to decommission one of them so that we can get another tier 4 drill running. Okay, there we go. We now have 4 osmium, and that should be enough to get at least one more drill going. We also have the super alloy on us, so we can kind of place it pretty quickly. This thing is completely full. I'm going to have to get out here and empty that, though. But let's go back towards the base, and we'll place another drill and see what that does to the pressure. Alright, it was at, like, what, 17,000, I think it was? And once we throw another one down here, the power stayed on. That's always a plus. Didn't even think about that, you know, ahead of time. But once we place another one, what does that change to? 17,000 to 30,828. Okay, that's kind of cooking along now, which is good. I still want to do more, okay? I still want to do more because it's now probably our best stat. Yeah, it is our best stat. Okay, pressure's our best stat, which is good because we need to start getting this thing up and running operational here. We need the tier 2 ore extractors here with this random ore thing going on. This is a big ol' important thing. So, 364, we got about 300 more to go, but this is at least counting relatively high, or relatively fast now. I'm like dying of food and starvation and thirst and, I don't know, probably like hemorrhoids and whatever else. It's probably a horrible planet. But, speaking of, gas extractor is the next thing to unlock, and that'll unlock in at about another 48 MPa. So, that's a step in the right direction. I really do want to build this, but unfortunately I believe that takes... bacteria samples and more fertilizer, which we need sulfur for, and we also need sulfur for the build. We also need food and sustenance. So I need to go get sulfur. Let me dump my inventory real fast. Let's go do a sulfur run. Okay, fastest way to the sand falls would be, I guess, 6 in one, half dozen another. We either go through the iridium cave or we go through that cave up there and then cut down. Let's go through the what usually is the osmium mine. But is now, I guess, the aluminum mine. So we'll go through there, and then we'll cut down through the former sulfur area, which is now the super alloy area, and then we'll cut into the sandfalls area. Oh yeah, I actually have resources up here. A lot of iron, too. Kind of forgot about all that stuff up here. Yes, the ice has melted up here. There is super alloy in here as well, but that's not something I really need to collect because I am... getting it by still mining, so it's not the end of the world. There should be super alloy here in this area as well. Yeah, obsidian. But no sulfur in the sulfur area. But just beyond here should be the sandfalls. Now, there's also the gold chest over here that I have not collected yet. So I should probably think about grabbing that. I'm going to take that bit of aluminum right there because that's kind of valuable. There is aluminum that was freestanding in the former osmium cave. Let's grab that. Let's grab that aluminum. Let's just grab everything out here so I have this collected finally. I do have to put some pep in my step though, because I think the nearest breathable area that I have, I should just quick build one out here, is the iridium cave. So I'm just gonna quick build a breathable place out here so that I don't die. That's better. Okay, so now if we can fill up the rest of my inventory with sulfur, that would be great. Now there should be sulfur in the bottom of this place. It's also nighttime, which is really great. It really makes this so much easier. So I gotta kind of look around inside the bottom of this here and look for that sulfur. Okay, I knew it would be here because this is where normally super alloy is. Of course, the ores have been swapped, so super alloy and sulfur are interchanged. Let's see how many of this stuff I can collect while I'm here. All right, I actually am running out of oxygen, so good thing I built this place here. But I filled the rest of my inventory, and I think I was just at the end of it too, so there might be a piece or two still there. So if I'm in desperate need, I can always come back and just take a peek. But I combed through it pretty carefully, and I think that's it. I think that's all we're going to get. So what is that? That's 10, 20, 22 pieces of sulfur. That's not too shabby. You know, the base is looking pretty nice up here. It's going to definitely expand, definitely towards me, actually. I'm thinking, you know, like a hallway with a bunch of, like, butterfly domes and stuff like that. But it's looking not too bad. Not too bad at all. All right, hop the receptionist desk. We are back at the base. I have a bunch of stuff to sort. I should probably allocate a locker. I should probably get a drink, too. But I should allocate a locker here for sulfur, since I have a whole bunch of it right now. Sulfur. There we go. Alright, so sweet, we'll put all that in there. Finish this row here. We still need to get a little bit more iron so we can finish the rest of the lockers. But there, we got a place for sulfur. While we're at it, let's make one for pulsar and osmium. Okay, we are quickly blowing through the moss stage. Our pressure is doing phenomenal now. It's like almost doubled since we started the episode. Things are going much better. Let me grab my beans real fast as well as my eggplants. And probably squash these things too, as well as the mushrooms. Yep. We're going to put these away for right now. I do want to have enough vegetables on hand in case I need them for really anything. So this will help with that. So just constantly picking those things. Okay, let's talk for a second about what the next step should be. One thing that I kind of want to launch is a plants rocket. We did unlock that recently, and it will help out big time with the plant or biomass terraformation, because it'll basically take this decimal point right here and move it over one. So instead of being 42.58, it'll be 425.8. That'll be a nice big boost, considering that just a little bit ago it was like what, 20 something. How is our algae generator tier 2 doing anyway? Let's see, we got, way more algae growing than that tier 1. The tier 1 at best would produce 3 algae. Okay, so this is already leaps and bounds better. We got, what, like 16 algae there? That was nuts. There is actually 2 rockets that I would like to launch here, and one of them is the plants rocket. This one right here, tree bark. Okay, so that's going to be an issue. I guess we have a different thing that we have to focus on first, because that comes from the biodome tier 2, and we haven't built that yet. But the other thing I want to launch is, I mean, that would be handy, but I'm not wasting osmium on that. I know where things are, although with the random ores, that might actually be handy. But no, not that. Okay, so this thing, though, I am kind of tempted to build this just so that we can at least have a map up and running, okay? And I know that this isn't the top-tier satellite, and I kind of wouldn't mind holding off on that since resources are resources, and they're a little difficult to come by. Am I going to launch any rockets this episode? I want to launch a rocket. I suppose what I could do is I could search the wrecks. Like, there's the wreck behind the waterfall I haven't searched yet. And there's the wreck inside the volcanic area I haven't searched yet. And I could try to find some more blueprints. There's also this... Oh, that's actually closer. There's also the canyon. I haven't checked that. Not to mention there's this entirely new biome over there with the mountains and the snow and stuff, which doesn't look so snowy anymore. I guess if the planet's heating up... I should have been over there before just to see what the snow looked like. But I guess if the planet's heating up, it might actually start thawing that stuff. But yeah, maybe I should do a little bit of shipwreck diving. And I really want to launch a rocket. And I got to build the biodome. I think with us getting sulfur now, we could build the biodome, couldn't we? Sulfur is used in the fertilizer. And yes, we could. We could actually get all that stuff. Let me grab some of this because that's 1 fertilizer, that's 2 fertilizer, and then there's 1 bacteria sample and 2 bacteria samples, I believe. We're going to need a buttload of water here. And what goes into fertilizer again? I think it's sulfur. I need sulfur. Hold on, I'm not done here. I need sulfur. Let's see, that's 1 for the actual build itself, and then that is for the fertilizer. And then we need 4 eggplants, I believe. And I think that spells mama. Yes, it does. Sweet. All right, so we got that. We need the water bottles now for the bacteria samples. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's all 6 bottles that we need, I believe, unless my math is horribly wrong, which, let's be real, I was educated in public school, so there's that. Good. And then what else do we need for this beast? We need 1 piece of super alloy, and we're done. Okay, so we'll have all the resources to build this tier 2 biodome, but we still need to get a hallway to attach it to. So, I do not have iron for that. Now, my best source of iron has been the ore extractors, but I just broke down 2 of the 3 of those things, so let's go check the 1 remaining one. Is this thing just chocked full of iron? Yeah, it kind of is. Actually, that's quite a bit. Let's actually empty this out. I said I was going to do that. Totally forgot about it until just now. Okay, so that should still keep collecting a little bit of super alloy, but that does give us quite a bit of iron, which 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we got plenty to make a hallway. All right, now the big question is, where is this hallway going to be? Do we extend it out that way, which would be kind of fun, but I kind of want to keep all like storage and stuff over here. And maybe later on expand outwards to like the insects and the animals. And I guess like mammals and stuff now. That's in the game, isn't it? That's going to be new to me. There's still new things about this game. That's mainly because it's fully released now. We could put it out that way, past the biolab. That might not be a bad idea. Because then we could keep the insects going that way then, as far as the butterfly domes and the fish and stuff. So yeah, okay, let's extend it this way. I like this idea. I've talked myself into it. Let's go ahead and add on a couple of rooms here. Maybe. And then we'll basically just kind of keep going until we run out of resources. Like right there. Okay. So, I think we have everything we need to actually make this monster. Yep. So, what if we put it right... It can't go right here because the biolab is in the way. So, what if we went down 1 more? Oxygen level low. Well, let's get inside. Almost suffocated there because I wasn't paying attention. But, alright, so there we go. We have the biodome tier 2 put down. This pumps out like, what, 1,000 some oxygen or something like that, it said. I guess I got to look in here for that. 1,450 oxygen. That probably gave a healthy boost to our oxygen numbers here on the planet. Because I think what the flower spreaders do 161 times the 600 multiplier. So even that, we're looking at, yeah, probably about one of these things actually. Because the 600 multiplier with the golden seeds that we have in the flower spreaders, that's kind of what's giving the boost. Oh, hey, check this out. We're about to hit the moss stage. Here it comes. Any second now. Bam, there it is. Flora, we're moving on to Flora. Congrats. High five, everyone. We reached the moss stage. Biomass screen unlocked. I probably should build that. This one right here. I need aluminum and iron. I just used a lot of iron. Do I have any iron? I don't know if I have any iron. I have 1 bit of iron. That is actually very lucky because that's exactly what I need. All right, so let's go back into our office area. Maybe grab a quick drink and maybe grab my beans on the way through here too. Eat them too. Actually, are these ready yet? These are not ready. And then let's put this thing, biomass screen, over here. I think this is. I don't need another screen to go next to it either, so we'll just slap it like right there. Beautiful. All right, so the only thing we got going on right now is the plants because of the grass spreaders, technically, although that's barely doing anything. The flower spreaders, which is doing a lot more, and then the algae spreader tier 1, which is barely doing anything, and then the algae spreader tier 2, which is doing a lot more. And I think this thing now, yeah, biodome is also doing it as well. How about them apples? Awesome. All right, so things are climbing. We were checking oxygen before. It's up to 4,632, which is good. Flora stage is already working its way to 1%, which is also good. Now, what do we need the biodome for in the first? Plants rocket. That's what it was. We need the plants rocket. Let's go check to see what that recipe was again. It's a little windy up here. A little sandstorm hit out of nowhere. But the plants rocket takes tree bark, fertilizer, seed lerma, which we do have, a couple bits of super alloy, and a rocket engine. So I think I can get those things together, actually. Hey, the gas extractor just unlocked. Well, that's cool. We can collect methane now, I believe, with that. I don't think we really desperately need it at the moment, because I haven't run into anything that needs methane. I think that's more like the DNA manipulator or something. I know you need methane for stuff. I know you need it for something. I don't think we need it. Oh, you need it right there for mutagen. Yeah, you need it for mutagen, and you also need it for the tier 2 fertilizer. We just haven't quite run into anything that needs that quite yet, so I'm not going to be tripping over myself trying to get that built right now, especially since it takes 2 zeolite. Now I only have 1 piece. I don't even remember where I got it. Oh, zeolite is in the uranium caves. Okay, I remember. Okay, so we got that. All right, so what was I was making a plants rocket, so we need to make another fertilizer. So we're gonna need 2 eggplants, a bit of sulfur, and 3 algae. Voila! We got fertilizer. Now, what am I trying to do? Oh yeah, the rockets. I keep forgetting. Let's grab the tree bark while we're back here. Hopefully it sat long enough and actually produced at least 1. Yes, at least 1. We got that. We need a seed lerma, a rocket engine, and 2 super alloy then. Okay, we can grab the super alloy while we're here. And then I believe, isn't there a super alloy inside of a rocket? Yeah, there is. Okay, so we need to grab some iridium. We need one of these guys. We need another bit of super alloy, and we need some uranium for the rocket engine. Done. All right, and then what else? I think we might have everything. Is that everything? Everything except for the seed lerma, which I put in here. There we go. All right, so we got everything that we need to make the plants rocket. Now remember, it was at 40 something, 42 I think it was. Oh, it's increased. It's increased already. What did we put down? Oh, the biodome tier 2. Yeah, that's increased. Okay, so it's at 53.58, and let's go launch a rocket. Yes, build a rocket. Yes. And then, I like this rocket, looks really cool with the plants there. I don't understand how shooting plants into, like, the vacuum of space, which would definitely, like, flash freeze it and kill them, actually helps produce more plants on the planet. But I'm just a planet crafter, man. Move that bus! Wow. Alright, that should create like some cool... That one actually launched without any fuss. I should have tried to ride it on into space and saw how high up I could go. That should create this cool little windstorm, which produces this green effect on the planet for a little bit. But let's go check our stats. Let's see, it was at 53 something, right? It is now at 535.8. Bam. So that's a nice big boost there. That is climbing very fast now. What does that actually unlock? Under biomass entirely, we're looking at unlocking the tier 2 flower spreader once that hits 500 kg, which it's getting there. This will be nice, the tier 2 food grower, so it grows food a lot faster. But we're also unlocking the beehive here at 80 T. Now, I believe that is 1,000 kg is 1 T. So we're actually kind of far away from that. But if we keep this going here, like this will help out with this for sure. This will give a big boost to plants. And then this will give a massive boost to plants. And that's where we're going to start unlocking this stuff. The tree spreader, yeah, it's going to be nuts. I think I do have a tree seed. Did I find one in a place someplace? I don't see one in here, so maybe I didn't. It's either that or I left it in a locker nearby one of the wrecks. So I'm not going to rule that out. Okay, with plants boosted, we are actually sitting pretty good. Terraformation is coming along swimmingly. The flora stage is slowly unlocking, but we can always do a little something to boost that a little bit, I suppose. I do need to build like the recycling machine and stuff. I haven't actually built them yet, but I just haven't had a need for them. This takes osmium, which I do have a piece that I could use for it, but like I said, I haven't had a really big use for it yet. This thing adds a little bit of heat also, which is kind of handy. Am I getting hit by a bunch of flaming rocks? I'm getting hit by a bunch of flaming rocks. Pretty sure that was a direct hit on the nuclear reactor over there. Sure hope that's not a problem. As cool as these meteor storms are, living in the middle of the lake actually has one little negative aspect to it, and that is that all of the ores usually drop underwater someplace, and it makes it very difficult to find. And one of the things that these things can drop, though, is aluminum, and that's something I'm a little short on. I could always go to the former osmium mine and find more. But I wouldn't mind grabbing some from this from these meteor showers every once in a while. Like this, right here. Here's some aluminum. Okay, so we've made some tremendous progress today, including putting these bad boys down. That's really helping out a lot with the pressure. I was thinking about launching another rocket for the mapping rocket, but I want to wait until I get the better tiered rockets for that, because then I can just build one, and I don't have to build the other ones at all. Tier 4 really is what I'd like to unlock. So let's go ahead and sort some inventory real fast, and then maybe we'll take a little bit of a trip and see if we can't find a wreck to explore. Flower spreader tier 2. I was just about to go on a trip. Okay, so real quick before we go on said trip, let's grab our beans real fast, grab our eggplants, grab our squash and our mushroom here, and then let's sort all this stuff. I kind of want to make that because that'll help out with unlocking stuff as well. What does it take in there? It takes 2 fertilizer. We can actually make that because we have the resources. That's why. All right, that should be everything to make that. All right, so I think it's time that we we can actually leave it. I was gonna say I think it's time that we decommission one of the vegetubes out there, but we can actually keep it. We're gonna snag the golden seed out of it though, for sure, and we're gonna put that in a flower spreader. Oh, let's check something real quick. Plants oxygen. What does this thing boost right here? I can't really see it because it's kind of. Oh, let me scroll down like a pro. All right, so 325 to oxygen, but when we put the golden seed in there, that's gonna be times 6 effectively. So that should be pretty awesome. What is that? Roughly 2,000-ish. Simple math. I can't really do math this quick. I'm on the fly. I'm kind of panicking a little bit. Hyperventilate. But yeah, almost 2,000 it looks like. Quick math. So, and then also 43 to plants. So not bad. Not bad at all. All right, so what are we looking at? So plants, biomass, so we can actually look over here. Plants is at 535. Actually, that's the same thing as we don't have any other thing contributing to biomass. So 535 for plants. Oxygen is the thing that's going to get affected the most, and that's at 4,600 basically. Okay, so we have the tier 1 flower spreaders right there. What do those do? So that's like 161 to oxygen. You take a little bit more energy, but these pump plants way more. I was thinking about maybe breaking these down, and I think they each take a fertilizer, right? So yes, I'm thinking about breaking these down and making just 2 tier 2s. Why not just do that? Okay, so then let's make the tier 2 flower spreaders. Bam and bam. Power stayed on. That's a plus. Add the seeds. That way we don't have to actually go take them out of the vegetubes over there, actually. And let's go see what that did to all of our stats. What was that? 4,600 was oxygen, and 530 something was the plants. All right, oxygen is now at 6,600. That was a pretty good boost. And biomass is at 1,221. Okay, so that like over doubled the biomass. All right, and it gave a really healthy boost to the oxygen too. Holy cow! So that was a good move. Okay, let's stash some stuff, and then let's head out to that wreck that I was trying to do before I was so rudely interrupted by stuff unlocking. All right, topping off our vitals before we get out of here, as well as let's go to the canyon. Okay, I am going to bring a water bottle, and I should be good on food. And if I really get in a pinch, I can always fly back. All right, I do have my jetpack; I can fly back. But let's go to the canyon. It's right up here. And I have not searched it yet, which I know that there is a crashed ship there. That isn't a wreck, like something that you go in and explore. Like, it's more of a fighter that crashed there. And these flowers are already growing like crazy. Holy cow! It's more of a fighter that crashed there. And there is at least a blueprint there. And that's the name of the game here. Is I'm looking for blueprints so that I can unlock the better satellites for mapping. While I'm going over here, I'm going to probably try to grab as much iron as I can find. Just because I know I'm short of that back at the base, and I still have lockers I need to make. And since I don't really have 3 drills up and running anymore, I kind of need to like play the game and grab this stuff whenever I can find it. Oh, look at this. Random locker over here. There is a blueprint inside. That is excellent. Now, can I just like, right here, I'm sure the Wi-Fi connection, this is like a hotspot, so I'm sure this will connect to the internet. Yeah, no problem. What does this do? Microchip. Map. Oh, that's a good thing. So once I do get a satellite in space, I can just, if I make that, I can just hit M and I'll be able to pull up the map wherever I am. You know, my inventory is going to get completely filled up with iron before I even make it to the canyon. It's getting pretty bad, actually. Let's quickly throw it on a breathable spot here, though, because oxygen is kind of important. You know, don't want to actually pass away here. I've kind of not died yet on any season, so I'd like to keep that record going. Okay, I gotta stop picking up iron. This already looks a lot different. This looks a lot different. There's water over there now. There is still some ice, but this isn't frozen over anymore. I did not get over here while it was still frozen. That is a new area that they added in the full release of the game. I kind of want to go take a peek. I know I'm supposed to get down the canyon and go find stuff. I don't think I searched the ring either, so I can always search that. But this whole canyon ridge back here, this is new. If you guys remember, this is where I retired last season. And yeah, this was where NASA was. But it's obviously changed quite a bit. Yeah, this looks way different. Oh, there's waterfalls! Oh my gosh, it's so majestic! I should have built here. Why did I not explore beforehand? I built on the starter like a pleb. Actually, I like my base. I'm gonna stick by it. But look at this. This looks incredible. Rocket engine. I'll snag that, sure. Uranium. Ooh, a bioplastic nugget. Yep. And I have too much iron in my inventory. I'll have to just leave the rest of that for right now. I wouldn't mind taking that aluminum too, but look at this place. This looks so cool. Yeah, that looks really good. I like that. It's way better than the other waterfall, which is basically just a water spout. More bean seeds. I'll take the fertilizer and the uranium again. I'll leave the rest for right now. Just inventory space. I'm looking for blueprints, actually, is what I'd really like to find. This place looks awesome. There's probably a golden chest hidden around here somewhere, and I'm going to miss it for sure. It's going to take me a little bit of time to explore this area fully. And I'm not really here for this area. I am here for the canyon. So I'm going to kind of start working my way back there. Oh, oxygen multiplier fuse. I'll snag that for sure. I am going to have to ditch some of this iron in here. Seed lermas are kind of important. Sulfur is something I don't really have easy access to. So, yeah, and uranium is another good thing, although I could probably launch rockets to get some of that. I saw another locker up here too, but an oxygen multiplier fuse, that is huge. Because these things, like, I have to make the optimizer itself, but these things have a 500% oxygen multiplier to the nearby machines, which is really good. Oh, there's so much good stuff in here. Okay, but I'm here for the canyon. I'm here for the canyon, not up here, even though this looks really, really cool. Like, really cool. I really do want to keep exploring it, but, I see blue up here. I just want to make sure that this wasn't osmium, because I actually don't know what would spawn in this area. Is that another chest right there? I don't know what would spawn in this area. Chests I'll take time to go look for, though, because they could have blueprints in them, and I want a really good rocket to launch into space. Oh, another oxygen fuse. Okay. I'm just ditching all the iron I picked up on the way out here. Let's grab that. Let's grab the fabric. Oh, actually, yeah, I don't really need the fabric. I don't really use it for much. I can get more uranium. I think iron is actually a little bit more valuable to me right now. If not that, the aluminum. Actually, the mushroom seed. I only have one of those. So, yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, I do have enough to build a breathable place, right? Yes, I do. Okay, let's get to the canyon, because that's why I'm here. I can't believe I found 2 oxygen fuses. That's so cool. Let's get to the canyon. Actually, let's drink one of these things and I can pick up something. Let's get to the canyon again. That's why I'm actually here. And see if we can't get the blueprint out of that starfighter that crashed there. That one, right down there. Oh, it looks so cool now. Because it's actually got like waterfalls coming down here. Now the water doesn't appear to be going anywhere. It's like you can see the ripples in midair, so that's a little F8 bug report. Looks like the water doesn't really go anywhere. You think that there would be water actually filling up down here, which maybe there is. Maybe that'll happen later. I think there is supposed to be water down here, come to think of it. So that might happen later. But let's check the starfighter out here, because there should be this thing. Blueprint, that's what I'm talking about. Alright, let's make the totally secured monitor that's connected to some hotspot, and let's check it out. Jetpack tier 3, not too shabby. I would break that down, but space is limited. That is some sweet loot in there. Oh, a piece of osmium. Oh, that's big. That is really big. Alright, we might just leave this monitor here. But yeah, a piece of osmium in there. That was epic. Osmium is really difficult to come by. What do we got in here? I'd like to take some of that stuff, but my inventory is full. Okay. Well, we're going to need to get a breath of fresh air here pretty soon. I'm going to keep my eyes peeled. This is normally an osmium cave here, but it should have aluminum in it now, so it doesn't really help me out much. But I'm going to keep my eyes peeled for any other lockers like that one right there, and see if we can't get ourselves a blueprint out of any of them. No blueprint, but there is a rocket engine, which I wouldn't mind taking. Another piece of zeolite, which I'll take. Alright, I need to get a breath of fresh air before I suffocate and die, so let's do that, and do that, get some air. I got quite a haul this time. Like, 4 rocket engines. These oxygen multipliers are huge, so I'm kind of stoked for that. I don't think I am going to need a breathable place from here until I get back, so why not actually just kind of like leave one down here as a way to actually have a breathable spot in a pinch. And that way I can grab more iron. Made it home with plenty of oxygen to spare. I don't really know what to do with these oxygen fuses right now. I do have an optimizer unlocked, the tier 1 machine optimizer, into this to boost the performance of nearby machines. I could, I suppose, make that and put it by maybe the flower spreaders. That would kind of make sense. I could also clump like the algae tier 2 algae spreader near the shore and then maybe reach that as well. That might help. But I definitely got to take advantage of that because fuses are awesome, and the fact that I found a couple of them there is even more awesome. For right now, though, I will just throw them in. This is like my miscellaneous lock right now. In fact, I'm just going to name it that. That way I actually know what's in there. That's where all the rockets are going to go. Yeah, okay, that's where we're going to just stuff all a bunch of random stuff. So, we got 2 bits of osmium now, and it takes 2 to make that thing. We could actually get another drill up and running, or a ore extractor up and running, because we have the osmium for it, which wouldn't be a bad idea. I don't know why I'm trying to convince myself. It actually makes a lot of sense. It helps us collect more resources too. So it seems like a good idea. I think I'm going to do that. And what better place than to return it to the iridium mine? Okay, so the iridium cave seems like a good place. Mining up iridium, good. Now we have the one up here mining up the super alloy, which I should probably go check while I'm here. But I could double that up, but then we're not really collecting any iridium. It'd be one of those painful things where I have to launch a bunch of rockets just to get more iridium. So I think I'll place 1 in each area, 1 in each zone here. Alright, let's take all of that stuff. Alright, let's take one quick look at what our stats are and how close we are to unlocking the next ore extractor. Alright, ore extractor is unlocked. It's actually the next thing that unlocks. And we got to get to 364, and we are basically about 200 MPa away from that. I think by adding, I mean, when we started today, the pressure, I think, was around like 40 MPa. So this was already huge. We already went up like 110 just in today's episode. So we'll get there. I have faith. All right, let me grab my beans one last time here because it looks like they're fully grown. And my eggplants, of course, and my squash and the mushroom. Sort these things. But I think that's going to wrap up this episode. We did some really tremendously good progress today. We got a lot of stuff built. A lot of things happen. Holy cow. So hopefully you guys did enjoy it, and if you did enjoy it, please go down and smash that like button. It would really help me out a lot. And thank you guys so much for donating your eyeballs and ear holes to this episode of Planet Crafter. I will be back next week from Planet Boobless, so stay tuned. More fun to come. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Sent to a world unknown, crime untold. Planet Crafter's tale, in its secrets unfold. Barren lands stretch far beneath the darkened sky. My task to forge life where emptiness lies. Scarce resources is what I seek under alien sun where every day is bleak. Autocrafters hum, drones in motion glide. In this quest for redemption, my fate is tied. Let's make it